Before you think about building an AI agent, you're thinking about the first few questions that are to be answered. Is this valuable enough? What makes it valuable? Essentially, it is high stakes or business critical or in some element important. It needs to be done. If it doesn't get done, we're falling behind. The second part, is it repetitive? Essentially, frequently enough to justify an automation or some kind of agentic behavior. If you're going to the South Pole once, there's no point in building an agent for that. But if you are traveling from Brooklyn to Upper West Side and you have multiple options, then that might be something you want to go through because you're commuting, you're doing that every day. Same with content creation, same with all the other angles of it. Then the third component becomes complexity. If it's easy enough to get done quite a bit with software, you don't need to build agents, because by building agents, we're going to talk about that, we're adding complexity of maintaining, building, understanding it. However, when we're looking at something that is a little more complex, like I mentioned, deciding whether someone's a fit for a job, deciding where to go next, those are potentially good candidates for building agents. The second part is, with the complexity and all the things that come in, is it hard to do with old software? Why is this an important question? Because one option, as we saw, was manual. It's slow, it's labor intensive. But the second question is, if it can be done easily and deterministically, that's probably a better way than going with agents. Again, because agents are not deterministic, and the answers may or may not be exactly what you want. If you want a specific rule to apply to be like for tax purposes, the rules are super clear, there's no interpretation. If you make this amount of dollars, you pay this much tax. If you pay that amount of dollars and you live in the States, then you pay that amount of dollars. You don't need agents to make a decision for you. Those are all laid out, which is why tax software, for the most part, works well, depending on which one you use. The third question by extension comes, is there a judgment to be made? The opposite side of tax rules or financial rules is content, marketing, copy, things that are a little bit more subjective and are a little bit more gooey when it comes to defining what exactly is good or bad and the criteria that comes with it, which is why this is a great opportunity for the world of agents, which is why we talk a lot about evals and evaluations. And last question is, by building agents, we're adding some element of a complexity. We'll need to maintain them, figure out the system instructions and update. There's quite a few things that goes with them, because like software, agents need to be maintained with things that evolve and update and all, and the interactions. That adds a layer of complexity. And one more thing that you need to maintain is the value that you get worth more than the time investment that you have in there.